All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So we have breaking news here. According to Jerry Dulac of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, the Pittsburgh Steelers are quote-unquote interested in Russell Wilson and are tentatively planning to meet with him before the start of free agency next week. He also noted that Wilson is also interested in joining the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, this is conflicting because all last week and all the last couple of weeks, we've heard from the Pittsburgh Steelers, mainly like Omar Khan, will get into a quote right here, that they have full faith, full confidence in KP, Kenny Pickett. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And that, I remember making Steelers videos last week saying, no, they're not interested in Russell Wilson. But the Broncos plan to release him, and he hasn't officially been released. They're looking for like trade candidates. I'm not sure how that's going to go. But anyways, the Pittsburgh Steelers reportedly have interest in Russell Wilson. And guys, this is music to my ears. And I don't want this video to rub any of my Steelers supporters the wrong way, because I love Kenny Pickett, the hometown kid, the former first-round draft pick. It's not going to get the job done. Mason Rudolph, love Mason Rudolph, love the story, love the comeback, the 3 straight victories last season to get this team into the playoffs after all the turmoil with Matt Canada and the injury to Kenny Pickett. And he wins 3 straight games and gets you into the playoffs. And unfortunately, the Bills game gets delayed due to weather, which was just ridiculous in and of itself. But guys, I love Mason Rudolph. I love Kenny Pickett. You have to play Deshaun Watson twice a year. You have to play Lamar Jackson twice a year. And you have to play Joe Burrow twice a year. And there's also a couple of other quarterbacks in the AFC. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert. Yeah, Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett just aren't going to get the job done. But before we get into today's video, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Steelers fans, love it, guys. As always, we post a couple of Steelers videos every single week. So if we could try and get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So we are less than a week away from free agency officially beginning. And, let's just get into a quote from Omar Khan last week. Quote unquote, I have full faith in Kenny, Khan told reporters at the NFL Scouting Combine last week. He's shown us some good things, and obviously there were some issues with the offense. I'm excited about the impact that new OC Arthur Smith's going to have on him. Arthur's very optimistic about Kenny, and they've communicated. And like I said, we will have some strong competition there, and we'll see where it goes. Feel really good about him. Now, we're at that point all off season where, your GM's not going to talk bad about any player on your team. Your GM's not going to call out Kenny Pickett. Your GM's not going to call out anybody. He's going to just give praise, right? If Russell Wilson were to actually join the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's not a shot in hell that Kenny Pickett beats him. Russell Wilson, whatever team he lands on, would be the starting quarterback. Unless, maybe he goes to like New England and Jaden Daniels is this absolute freak of nature stud right out of the gate, so I guess there is an alternative, or there are options, but you get my point here. If Russell Wilson's on the Pittsburgh Steelers in a week from now, he will be QB1 next season unless he gets injured, right? I think that's beneficial, and I will tell you why. Now, once again, this doesn't even really have much to do with Kenny Pickett or Mason Rudolph. It has more of the fact that this is the AFC. If you were in the NFC South, run it. Give it another shot. Re-sign Mason Rudolph and run Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph back for one more season with Arthur Smith, a new offensive coordinator, a much better offensive mind, and we'll see how it goes. I get it. Kenny Pickett had the best game of his NFL career right after Matt Canada got fired against the Cincinnati Bengals, and then unfortunately went down with an injury. But you're in the AFC, and the AFC is absolutely loaded, and it's going to be loaded for a very long time. And I don't think Kenny Pickett will get the job done. 3 playoff games into the Super Bowl. Folks, man, I've been saying this for a couple of months now. Defense doesn't win you championships anymore. And I notice this a lot when I make Steelers videos and my Raiders videos. People are always saying, let's just continue to build this defense. We got our offensive coordinator. Let's just build the defense. How'd that work for Baltimore? How did that work for Buffalo? How'd that work for San Francisco? It's not enough. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs have won back-to-back Super Bowls, And yes, they have a great defense, but once again, I remember making Chiefs videos right before their last or their first Super Bowl win 2 years ago, and everybody was so concerned about how young that defense was. Folks, you still need a good defense. Don't get that twisted. You need a freaking quarterback. And I think Russell Wilson, with the state of the defense, and I still at this point have Deontay Johnson, I've got George Pickens, I've got Najee Harris still. I don't know how much longer DJ's going to be there. I don't know how much longer Freiermuth's going to be there. I don't know how much longer Najee's going to be there. I have a competent offense. I have an offense that is ready to win right here, right now. And unfortunately, the quarterback play just isn't enough. They were the fourth worst offense last season. Fourth worst, and they still won 10 football games. Your defense with TJ Watt, you have playmakers littered all across the board, young and old. Joey Porter Jr., right? They're still doing a great job at evaluating defensive talent and finding defensive talent through the draft or through free agency or what have you. But I need a QB. And I'm not saying Russell Wilson to the Pittsburgh Steelers, give them a Super Bowl ring, but I think he gives them a fighter's chance much more than Kenny Pickett or Mason Rudolph do. Now, I also think that would probably mean, though, a new quarter. Russell Wilson's 35 years old, right? This is a 2-year plan at most. But once again, the way the defense looks, the sixth best defense in the league, man, I remember them. The Steelers won games. The Steelers defense won games. I think back to that Cleveland Browns game early on in the season. The defense won the football game, man. Kenny Pickett's got the same amount of interceptions as he does touchdowns in the NFL. He threw for less than 200 yards per game last year. And I'm not saying, once again, Russell Wilson's going to elevate you to the best offense in the National Football League. But 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, a rating of 98. It's going to give you a handful of big-time plays to give you a shot to win. And you let your defense do their thing. You let your offensive playmakers do your thing. It's not a quick fix, or it is a quick fix. It's not a long-term fix because they're still going to need a franchise quarterback sooner rather than later. But folks, the Pittsburgh Steelers have lost 6 straight playoff games. It's just not going to work, or it's not going to work to the degree you want it to work. Otherwise, it would have happened by now. And like I said, man, I love the hometown kid, Kenny Pickett. I love the story. I love Mason Rudolph's story. Both of those two guys can play. Mason Rudolph's really intriguing. He's really enticing. It's just not going to work in your division, and it's just not going to work in your conference. And once again, Russell Wilson to the Steelers wouldn't be give them the Super Bowl ring, but I think it gives you a much better chance to win at least a playoff game. All right. So I'm sorry, Steelers fans, but I do think Russell Wilson would be beneficial to the Steelers. That's it from me. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. But most importantly, guys, give me your thoughts on Russell Wilson to the Pittsburgh Steelers down below.